My name is Dr. Yolanda Magetta, and I am the current chair of the MTDS subcommittee. It's often difficult to find people who look like us, who have progressed through the realms of academia successfully. And finding those people is critical to your own self-image and progress along the way. When I agreed to serve on this committee, my goal was to be an example, to be available to provide advice, to provide insight, to assist where I could, to connect people who needed to be connected if they were trying to do things and move forward, and also to be in a place where you could affect change. When the committee originally started, the ATS was very homogeneous in both gender and ethnicity. And there was an awakening that we needed to change this. And to the organization's credit, it has done so, being spearheaded by a number of people. And on this subcommittee, particularly Sharon Rounds, who was chair of the membership at the time.
In 1998 or 99, when I was chair of the training committee for the ATS, Alvin Thomas, who was then chief of pulmonary critical care at Howard University, challenged the committee, asking, what is the ATS doing to increase the numbers of underrepresented minorities in our field? He went on to explain the importance to patients and to students of having physicians and teachers with whom they could identify and who understood their challenges. The training committee took this challenge very seriously, and we asked why there were so few underrepresented minorities in our specialty. We eventually decided that there was a need to prime the pipeline and increase the number of underrepresented trainees who would go on to careers in pulmonary critical care medicine. The group felt that if we could convey to students and residents the excitement and the joy of practice and research in our specialty, then that would stimulate them to seek careers in respiratory medicine. What better way to convey the excitement in our field than by exposure to the groundbreaking research presented at the ATS International Conference every year?
I still remember close to 2 decades ago when Sharon Rounds, my good friend at that time, we had worked together at Boston University Medical Center, asked me to see if I could join a committee that would allow minorities to be able to, at that time, travel to the ATS meetings. And I thought for those of us who come from environments that are not as perhaps wealthy or full of resources, it would be a great help if we could promote the career of younger investigators of the same background, be that Hispanics, African Americans, natives, to attend the meeting, get a taste for the desire to improve and to know that you do have opportunities that arise that you may not know about until you taste them.
I'm Estelle Goda, and I was working very closely with the membership committee under when Sharon Rounds was actually the chair of that committee. And our committee thought about how could we encourage and support underrepresented minorities in trainees to come to the American Thoracic Society to find out what ATS was all about and figure out how we could support their careers and to also get them involved. It is important for us to recognize that and support trainees of diverse backgrounds, particularly in science and medicine. We know that marginalized communities, particularly the Black community, has a very high incidence of lung disease and often severe lung disease. To have young individuals and young trainees become excited about doing work in this area, to be able to improve the outcomes of patients with lung disease, I think is very exciting. So the commitment to DEI, I think, is strong in the American Thoracic Society. I think they not only support young trainees of diverse backgrounds and try to get them involved and provide them with opportunities and programs to enhance their leadership, but also I think the American Thoracic Society has also had leaders within the society of diverse backgrounds. And so our trainees can see that being part of ATS does really mean that you can make a difference in ATS.
Hello, my name is Janelle Baptista, a former Minority Training Development Scholarship Award recipient, and I'm here to talk a little bit more about the MTDS. Back in 2017, when I applied to and received this award, my reasons were twofold. One, I felt that the research that I was doing was too important not to share with this research community. And secondly, I needed a means and a ways to get to this conference. I learned a lot from participating in this program. Not only did it validate that the work that I was doing was important, but I got to meet so many others in the field who also felt that this work was important. As a result of this, I am where I am today. The work which was awarded the scholarship is the basis of my current clinical practice as well as my clinical research interests. I remain a member of the American Thoracic Society, but more importantly, I also serve the MTDS. And I think this is important because of the mission of the program. The aim is for people like me who are underrepresented in this field to have the platform to present the work that we are doing, that not only we feel is important, but to know that the rest of our research community feels is important. So I want you to think of this beyond being just an award, but more of an opportunity to advance in your early career.
If I could offer any advice going forward, I would say, life is a journey and enjoy it. Yes, we all have our destinations that we're aiming for. And I suggest every couple of years you sit down and look at that destination. And then think about if that's really where you still want to go based on all that's happened to you or opportunities that have come your way, or do you want to go a different direction? Look at your life from a personal perspective, from a professional perspective, and from a spiritual perspective, and see if they're all in alignment. See if you are happy and content. And if you are, keep moving. And if not, ask yourself why. And what would make that better? What changes do you need to incur to make that happen? And move on. Make new mistakes and learn from others' mistakes. And I'd like to end this with congratulations to the awardees of 2022. We look forward to you coming in and taking over as we move on. Congratulations to you all.